So let's say you just saw a property here in Alicante, we'll say, is off plan, which means that you are going to buy in stages and in stage payments, and is pretty much starting from the ground. Okay. Right, you will find the estate agent, or you will go straight to the developer, and the developer will tell you and ask you to pay a deposit. You might find whether it's reasonable to ask you for 6,000 euros, 5,000 euros deposit, so you can make the reservation. Well, one of the most important things I will tell you, especially if you are a foreigner and you don't know the laws and the language and everything, is to appoint an independent lawyer that will help you to represent you all throughout the process and give you peace of mind, okay, and give you the proper advice, represent you only for you guys. Once you decide that this is the right type of property and you pay the reservation, obviously you need to appoint the lawyer, and the lawyer will make sure and start all the due diligence with regards to the off-plan property. One of the first things we will ask the developer to do will be to provide all the legal documents, the license, the details of the land, these details of the building license, the project, who's the architect, who's the architect engineer, etc., etc. But especially I wouldn't recommend you to put more money unless you have the bank guarantees. The bank guarantees provided by the bank is a guarantee that you will get when you do the payment to the developer, and that's a guarantee in case there is a breach of contract, there is failure, bankruptcy, etc., etc. Well, thanks to all that, a lot of people, only in case of breach of contract, failure, did manage in the past to recover all the money plus the interest. So that's number one advice I will tell you. Don't do payments without the bank guarantees. Then is normal practice, it might take 18 months, even 24 months, when you will start doing stage payments depending on the stage that the property is in. They will do with foundations, they will do when the structure is finished, they will do when it's 90% finished, issued by the architect. And then you will need the habitation license, which is a permit later on when we're almost finished, that the whole project is finished and is ready to complete and ready to leave. They will make sure, the developer, they will provide you all the utility bills, connect you with the utility bills and give you everything, the book of the building. You need to as well bear in mind that you're going to live probably in a community of owners, which that means that everybody needs to follow the bylaws. Right, let's say you already made the stage payment, already 24 months or 18 months happen. They did perform the contract, they are on time, which you're very lucky, and you're ready to complete. Once you complete, you will go to a notary. Normally, in these cases, depending on what the contract states, the buyer is the one who appoints the notary that he would like to complete. However, sometimes you'll see there are some clauses in the contract that you already make that selection. That is what the developer appoints. But sometimes they do it because they prefer it to keep it simple in their own notary for their own benefit of the administration procedure. So once you go to the notary, then it's ready to complete. And if you already paid everything, great, ready to complete. Sometimes the developer will offer the possibility to take over the existing mortgage. They've been granted already a mortgage to develop, so the developer already had a pre-existing mortgage, and you could take on the existing mortgage that is being already granted, which sometimes is very good because you already have the conditions agreed, but you could always get yourself a mortgage with the bank that you normally bank with. Okay, so you've got freedom of choosing that. Once you have already the date for completion, you'll go to the notary, or your lawyer will go there with the notary, and there is a different procedure whether you have a mortgage or not. If you have a mortgage, then you have to obviously register with your bank, fill in the forms, and do a protocol of going to the notary, read out loud all the conditions, terms and conditions, and then you'll be given certain days, and then you could complete. Okay. Once you complete, you will sign the purchase of the property, and you'll pay transfer tax. Here, I need you to budget at least, I would say, an average of 12% on top of that so far, unless the law changes. We'll be talking about 10% transfer tax, 1.5% stamp duty tax, unless it's for your main property benefit, which means you'll have habitual home and property, which is 0.15%. But I always like to tell clients to budget 12%, 13%, so you're comfortable with. Normally the banks will grant you, if you're a resident, 70% or 80%. It will depend on your profiles, your records, your figures with the bank. So you'll have to negotiate terms and conditions with your bank. Then once you complete, the notary will give faith that you're the real owner of the property. You'll hand over the check, pay the notary, registry, land registry fees, stamp duty tax and transfer tax. I'll give you an average of 2 months average probably to have everything in your name, and then you'll be the owner of that property. You'll have to make sure whether that money comes only from yourself or your partner, whether you put it in joint names or different names.